So a few of you have asked me how to make this hat, and I mean there's so much about it on the internet, but I suppose this is my version. It's just a very short video. So yeah, let's go. Usually I use a Aran or chunky, but in this case I like this color so much and it didn't come in that, so I'm just going to double up the strands and using a 5.5mm hook. You'd need a tape measure to see how wide your hat or your head is, and I always pull from the center of the skein because it's just easier for me to crochet with. So we're going to start with 35 chains, and we're going to half double crochet in the second chain from the hook. I usually use the little spine at the back of a chain. We're going to crochet to the last 5 spaces, and in the last 5 chain space we're going to put 1 slip stitch in the last 5 chain space. And the reason I use the spine is because when we have to stitch up at the end, it makes life so much easier. At the end of that, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work, and we're going to work 1 slip stitch in each one of those 5 slip stitches, but we're going to use the back loops only. For the whole entire project from this row on, we'll be using back loops only. So once you get past those 5 slip stitches, it will be half double crochets in back loops only all the way through to the end. When we get to the last stitch, instead of going to the back loops only, I went through both loops just because this hat does stretch out a bit and this gives it more security. But only for the opening of the hat, not the top of the hat. Now chain 1, turn and half double crochet all the way across in back loops only, just as before, until you get to those last 5 slip stitches. And in those last 5 slip stitches, you're going to put 1 slip stitch in each, and it's literally the same thing back and forth. So you can pause and rewind and go over the instructions, but it's just simply that you're going half double crochet to slip stitch to half double crochet, and you're just going to work up until your hat is as wide as you want it. I usually go up to 34 rows simply because it fits better, but you can go as far as you want. Now this measures 9 inches by 17.5, and obviously that's not the circumference of my head, but because it stretches, you want it to give that, you know, that give. Right. On closing up, you're going to put the wrong sides together. So you're going to be working on the right side, which is literally the even bumps. And here you're going to go through the 2 loops that are closest to you and the back loop only of the one farthest from you, and you're going to slip stitch. And that's all you're going to do. Through the 2 loops closest to you and back loop only, the one furthest away from you all the way up. And when you get to the end, you chain 1 and you pull through. Pull a long tail because you're going to need it to weave in the top of the hat. And all I've done is I've gone through the spines, the little spines that the single crochet, the slip stitch makes, and I'm just pulling that tail through all the way around. And then once I get all the way around, I draw it tight, make several knots with the starting chain, and then I usually tie a knot, then weave in my ends with a needle, but literally this is it. and fold over your hat and you're done.